Last one is about a time I did something I don't usually do, which is cross that 49th parallel and put myself under American jurisdiction. I have very strong feelings about how safe or unsafe I am under that jurisdiction. So I did it for a friend's wedding, and it was actually quite a profound experience for me, because as a Canadian I've had lots of certain ideas about America, but spending in particular a Sunday evening walking the streets of Yakima, Washington after the recession taught me a kind of love for America that I don't think I have before, so I call this Love Letter to America. America. I step out of the time machine in front of the Coke sign in the cracked pool hall window, and there you are. 2 1/4 pints to soothe recession blues, wind wafting whiffs of class warfare. There, the smooth fortress walls of the private prison rise in the middle of town. A stone and steel gallows circled by bail bondsmen, neon flashing. After hours, call for emergency service, and they don't mean the hospital. The Iglesias Juan Alexandra, a racialized sanctuary, in this place where pride tries to hide the criminalization of poverty. For every building now stamped Union Mission Gospel and every cruising private security car, I see your soul show. Bleeding into runoff gardens, the piazza that presupposes the poly belies the belief that this is still the People's Republic, while plywood goes up in another window and another college grad weighs McDonald's against militarism in the quest to find something that feels like a future America. When I think I've lived gritty lanes and seen some sights that show me better, when I check my privilege in place of suppressing pity, you sit me in your margins, teaching me my place. I reject your patriotism, valorizing your stolen nation state. But see that pride in having fought for your identity? Hold up Deco and Nouveau hotel fronts perfectly pristine alongside old stone churches cleaner than the day you say your God laid the last stone, even while homes face foreclosure and neighborhoods crumble like so much stucco. Because that pride prevents you from ever not putting your best foot forward, ever failing to keep up appearances. And in that way, I know you were my great-grandmother bleaching flour sacks in rural Alberta to stitch garments that will let her take 15 gleamingly white children to church every week, if only for a bite of communion bread. America. I will point you back to your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, because only they can rebuild your stunning disaster, your cacophony of beauty, because the American dream has become contingent on your willingness to screw the state back, to smear it with the feces of its own paucity, its white supremacist capitalist patriarchy, and hang it in the Museum of Modern Art under a plaque that reads, American Beauty, anon. For your next creative act, you'll have to live through consuming yourself. Retain that hit of sublime even after you've been broken down and digested. America, I always thought you were full of it, but in the still gleaming eyes of toothless vets sucking lukewarm Miller Lite, and middle-aged gas station attendants battling type 2 diabetes who still fall asleep hopeful for tomorrow, you teach me lessons in optimism. How it is only an act of defiance when it has become an article of faith, unshaken by stock market crashes, ecological collapse, and imperialist oil wars. Hope is the drug they spike their water with. It polishes the brass of the Capitol Theater to a perfect sheen even when 99% of the population can't afford to step inside. For every racially profiling cop on the beat, you harbor a 15-year-old girl in a cell of a youth correction center, penning poems about what it means to grow up. You don't know what past belongs to you because all you want is tomorrow. I feel like you would thank me if I chased your sunsets to brush away each day at nightfall, leaving you tabula rasa for tomorrow. America, I get the melting pot now. Your hot, sticky, ill-defined edges holding you together while you hardly notice the temperature rise. Never think to hop out before you're boiled alive. You remind me of runaway children who never grow up because they can't see past the achievement of surviving. In your bloody rural body runs that childlike earnestness so that I can't look away, because it is so awfully beautiful to watch you in your naivety, still believing in the future, while you take yourself into your grandfather's arms to ease away the pain of knowing better. America, you are the fist and the flower, the promise of a nightmare and the fear of a promise. Away is the optimism of each new day. America, I never believed in you, and I'm not sorry. You don't need my faith, so immaterial in the face of your own.